Hi everyone, my name is Amelia and welcome back to 9th Street Media, or really welcome to, since this is the first video on this channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about what is a niche and how to find your niche. So let's just get into what a niche actually is, and I am pulling this definition from HubSpot. So they say a niche market is a focused set of people or businesses who are in a market to purchase a product or service you sell. This group of individuals has a specific set of needs that can be met by a targeted product or service that addresses those needs. It's basically a really fancy way to say specialization, and in terms of if you are the product, if you are trying to be an influencer, it is what are you super passionate about. But it goes deeper than that, obviously, or else pretty much everyone would be an influencer. So why is it so important to niche down? I mean, how many times have we heard niche down, niche down, niche down? Humans, when they are scrolling through social media, are a very simple creature. They want to basically see something and know what it's going to be about immediately. So if you can become the person of something every time you show up on the viewer's feed, they are going to know, oh, that's that person who does XYZ. A very simple example I can think of is Charli D'Amelio, right? A breakout TikTok star. Charli does those dances, right? She's always just doing the TikTok dances. That's her thing. Now we know so much more about her, because after people got through the kind of, oh yeah, she like does the dance, like, oh, she's probably done the dance, I'm gonna go watch her video so I can learn how to do this TikTok dance. Then people started getting interesting in, well, who is Charli? Like, how old is she? What's her family like? What else does she like to do? How did she even get into TikTok? Then you have people start asking questions about you, and then you can share your other interests. So how do you find your niche? First, I would make a list of literally everything that interests you. Any interests you have that you can speak at length about. Okay, so I just spent some time writing out all of my interests. I have about 14, which seems a little sad for a human to only have 14 interests, but that is all I could think of currently. I also grouped some together, so you can see like this like Pilates, spin, weightlifting, obviously that's all fitness stuff, so I grouped that together. This like mixed drinks, restaurants, dessert, again kind of all food. And then travel, tropical islands, beach also kind of like go together. And so as I stated, the next step would really be to go through and just see what I can talk about like a lot about. And so I have dogs and cats here. They're definitely like an interest of mine. I love them. I volunteer with cats, but I don't think I can talk about them a lot. So I'm going to cross them out. The same thing with coffee. I just kind of feel like it's a part of my personality and not necessarily anything I have to like offer the world. The second step is to research these interests and to see if anyone's even searching for them. So this is all driven by like keywords and SEO, which stands for search engine optimization, and every platform now deals in some form of keyword and SEO. So a very simple way to do this is to go on to Google Trends. Now we are going to go to how to actually like research all of this. So first place I like to go to is Google Trends. First, I'm just going to type in something very vague like fashion, and you can see its interest over time. It's always pretty high with some peaks in like September of 2021, November, here again in May. And if I have to guess, I am going to say these peaks are when the seasons change, just kind of like my personal knowledge about keyword research and all of that. So this would obviously be like fall. This I'm gonna say gets into like Thanksgiving wear and holiday wear, and then it actually really dips down, which is kind of shocking. And then back up at the beginning of May, and then obviously we are getting into spring. So that's just like my hunch. Now, obviously this is a super broad search term and you would need to narrow it down to something. So no shocker that the year 2000 is here and fashion trends 2022. Gilded Age was the Met Gala, and I think there was a lot of discussion over what actually they meant by the Gilded Age. So I use Google Trends just to kind of see like, is this general topic even of interest to anyone? What's kind of going on? And it's kind of always just like my starting point. Another avenue you can go is actually YouTube. So this search bar will actually help you so much, even in planning future videos. So I can again type in fashion, and you can see all of these things are suggestions, and they are the top suggestions. They are the things being searched the most. So again, some of these I don't have any clue what they are trying to say, and they also don't really. You can also do plus at the beginning space, and it'll give you like the beginning portion of a search query. So like this is Victoria's Secret fashion show, teaching men's fashion. There's also Answer the Public, which is a paid service. I think you get like a free question every 30 days or something. But it's basically just you would type in, let's hope I have a free one. Okay, so you can see this giant chart. And this these are all the starting phrase of the search term. So if I look at will, right, this says, will fashion ever be sustainable? Can you create a video on sustainable fashion? Will fashion designers be needed in the future? Will Fashion Nova jeans shrink? If I look at which fashion aesthetic am I? So just looking at this, you can start to say like, oh, these are the actual questions that people are asking that I possibly have an answer to. And third will be, can you create content out of this? And as far as the content goes, although I can talk about like working out a lot and there's definitely a market for it, I don't really think I can make content off of it just because it's not something I actually want to make content about. And that's fine. Like, not everything you need to do for content. This travel, beach, tropical islands, again, not something I can really talk about a lot. It's just something I like to do. And also I don't travel a ton, so I also can't keep making content about that. The shopping fashion portion is a very vague term, so I'd have to do more research about like specifically what my niche in there would be. So that is a possibility. Social media I am going to leave on here because hi 9th Street Media, that is the channel. So obviously I can talk about it and do my research about it and all that sort of stuff. So I'm just gonna circle that. And then also this like going out, like restaurant mixed drinks, there's a lot of stuff I can do here. So I'm going to actually just circle like these 3 things and kind of say like, okay, this is what I can talk about a lot, has a market, and I can create a lot of content out of it. So one extra step in this research phase is, what is the problem you are solving for your followers or just potential viewers? It's a very easy way to grab people's attention. It's the, has this ever happened to you? Here's the solution. Or don't you hate it when this happens? Here's some things. Here's 5 tips to blah, 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 right? Those very like standard attention grabbing titles and hooks that are like, yeah, I do have that problem and I would like a solution to it. You probably even found some when going through social media, especially YouTube. If, you know, for me, I typed in fashion and other things popped up, like how to dress in your 30s or how to tie a tie. You know, some are very basic and some are broader concepts, and those are all problems that people are actually searching for, so you know there's a market around them and content you can possibly make. So doing this extra piece kind of helps you put a framework around the type of content you create. The audience is really going to help define what your niche is, because even though we do all this research, at the end of the day, it is a bit unpredictable. You never know who's going to pick up your content and what they're going to see from you, in you. You never know what they're going to see in you and what is going to interest them. Let's say you actually don't want to niche down. Believe me, this was something that I don't really want to do. I'm like, I actually have a lot of interest and I need to keep doing things or else I might get bored. So my suggestion is that maybe it is the way you present the content is your niche and not necessarily the content itself. What does that mean? Let me explain. So I genuinely enjoy vlogging. I like taking my camera, walking around with it, and having a bit more of a kind of like laissez-faire, not exactly perfect setup and everything. And I also just like to kind of document what I'm doing so I can look back on it in the future and be like, oh my God, that was such a great memory, or look how far I've come. So knowing that about myself, I can take that knowledge and say, well, maybe I package my content in vlog style and create a vlog style that is my own. If you were around in, I don't even know, 2016 maybe, with vlogging, there was a lot of screen effects and sound effects and all of this sort of stuff, and it was Emma Chamberlain's way of vlogging, and she popularized using all these different effects in your vlog. That has since calmed down, but people still use it. I still use it because it adds some interest to it. But even though her vlogs might be about cooking one day, shopping another day, just spending a day at home, it didn't matter because the way it was packaged was always the same, and you always knew it was going to have like funny edits and funny sound effects, and she created her own style. It's getting warm in here if you can't tell by my face turning red. And then really the next step is to just start creating, because at the end of the day you can do all this research to find your niche, but as I stated before, a lot of times your audience may define exactly what it is they're looking for. So if you want to see the content that I've created after following all these steps, be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and all my other social media will be linked down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it helpful. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below and I will be happy to help you guys out, because we're on this journey together. This is really uncharted territory. Even though it seems like influencers have been around for a minute, there's still a lot unanswered, still a lot unknown. I don't know if we'll ever get like a clear and cut answer, but we're going to try. So thank you again for watching. Be sure to subscribe. New videos every Sunday, and I will see you in my next one.